Okay, so the numbing is on, as you can see. And the biggest thing with my brows is I don't really have much of an arch, so it kind of gives me a droopy look, and I have to fill in daily. I kind of got like some patches. Okay, so what's going on here on my forehead?
We just did some brow mapping.
Okay.
And a lot of times when people, they usually have one eyebrow that is easy for them to do.
Okay.
And then they have one that they can never get right.
Yeah.
That's almost always because you've got asymmetry. And so can you see how this one is more, this one's more
droopy?
But this
Right.
is so common, and I mean everybody, whenever you have a side that you can't get right, it's because there's always a little asymmetry, and so the one brow grows a little lower than the other one. Sometimes one side the hair will grow real thick here and none here.
Right. So here is what we've kind of mapped out for the new brows. And I was just telling Christina, it's pretty crazy to see how this is, naturally doing that. And this one's like, just kidding, not going to do that for you.
Right. And that's why it's so hard to do them in the morning, because you can't measure every day.
No.
But you just know there's something not right. You can't tell until they're mapped.
Okay, so we're a little over halfway. Pain level was probably a 2. Wasn't bad. I mean, first pass I didn't feel anything, and then as she went over, I felt it a little bit. Like I knew there was some strokes going on, but it wasn't bad at all. And then you were saying something about the color, like
yeah. Sometimes people say, "Is it going to be red brown?" Now, obviously, we need to fill in the strokes more here. And then in some spaces over here. This one had a lot more empty space, a blank skin, so I've got to do more work here. But the redness is from the redness of your skin. So sometimes it can actually look like reddish brown for even up to 2 days as it settles down a little bit. Not for everybody, but for some people.
They don't need to just see my weird face.
And so it will not be red brown. There's no red in the color that I'm using on you. It's going to really be more of a neutral color, like your hair.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're back in, and the microblading portion is done. Mm-hmm. And then we're gonna do what's called a hybrid. Right?
Well, yeah. So a hybrid is just where we use 2 different techniques, and so this is the microblading. But if you look at her brows, you can see where she doesn't have any hair. I need to tap in a little bit of color there. So it's the strokes, but then I'm going to tap in a little bit of color.
Perfect.
Kind of almost like if you can think of lip gloss, it's kind of like that. It's just a sheer addition of color.
And it'll just help it blend then?
Yeah, because she's got so much density of hair here. I don't want to keep doing strokes to make it thick like that. I tap in a little bit of color like this.
Yeah.
And then that's going to make this a little darker, which is going to make it look denser.
Perfect. Okay. Crazy.
And again, this is just to kind of have the illusion of density.
Right.
To match all your hair on this eyebrow. So.
And this I'm not feeling like in the slightest. Like it feels like little butterfly kisses. I mean, there's no pain.
Okay.
Crazy. Very cool. Okay, and we're done. And you can see, I feel like since you added that color, even the red has subsided a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you didn't have the blank spaces as much.
Yeah.
Where the red popped through.
Yeah.
And you can see you're swollen clearly. You're pretty
swollen.
But what we're right. So 1 month after, about 4 to 6 weeks after this service, you're going to come back, and then That's what we call the perfection session.
Okay.
So during the healing, no matter who does your brows, when you heal, there's always going to be some areas that are a little lighter than others.
Okay.
Typically for my clients, it's not a lot, but nevertheless, when you come back, we can kind of strengthen that part and make it a little bit darker so it matches.
Right.
Sometimes people will say, not really in your case, but sometimes people who have had more of a dramatic change as far as like they almost had no brows, or they're blondes and they have
Right.
very light brows. The perfection session allows us to go very conservative, very light on the first treatment. Then after they've gotten used to it, they come back, we can go bolder, we can go a little thicker. So it's just kind of almost like our insurance policy a little bit.
Yeah.
But for you, your brows are going to probably fade about 20 to 25%.
Okay.
The ink's on the top of the skin, so that's why they look kind of scary and bold. Everybody's like, wow, they look really bold.
Right.
That's because the ink's on the top. But after they heal in about 5 days, some of the ink sloughs off, but most of the ink's going to go inside the skin and heal, and then it becomes matte. It's not shiny anymore.
Right.
And it looks very soft and very natural.
I love it. So what's like the aftercare? What am I gonna have
Okay,
to
the
do about?
aftercare is very easy. I've heard some crazy things. People think that you can't wash it for 12 days. I've heard all these weird things. It's very simple. You just wash your face like you normally do, morning and night, but you want to use a very gentle cleanser. Something that doesn't have any alpha hydroxy, no scrubbing beads, something very mild. And then you're going to towel blot, and you're going to put a thin coat of the cream that I give you to take home, and you're going to do that morning and night for 5 days.
Okay.
And then that's it. You're done.
Easy.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Looks great.